Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is video 3 of a 3-part mini series. So excited to wrap this up, saving the best for last. Kundalini. Kundalini and its beautiful connection to the chakra system, how to work with the chakras while doing Kundalini. And in this video, I'm going to share the introduction to Kundalini. What is Kundalini? The historic background or the backdrop story to it, how it landed here in the Western world, and also the 5 benefits connected to it. But I also want to share my own personal journey into it and share some teachers that I utilize on YouTube, give a big shout out to them, tell you how much they have changed my life, and hopefully to entice you to join me in the journey of having Kundalini be part of your daily practice. All I can do is open the door and introduce you to my favorite practice, and it's coming up to end this series next. Kundalini Yoga. Everything is energy and energy is everything. One of my favorite sayings. And Kundalini Yoga is the spiritual and physical practice that aims to awaken this Kundalini energy that resides in every single one of us. The energy is believed to be at the base of our spine, which is actually laying dormant. So the Kundalini practice of yoga is what awakens that energy, and we use the chakra system, the energy centers, to move that energy up through our entire body, awakening and spinning and moving and unblocking and balancing our chakras so that the true Kundalini can be awakened within us. Let's find out more and how. The Sanskrit word for chakra truly is wheel or circle. So I think the bike is a great way to demonstrate how the chakras move within our body and our system. So in this metaphor of using the bike, we can see that the chakras are and should be spinning every day, all day, and how fast they spin and how slow they spin, or are they completely blocked, is truly up to our energy and what's going on emotionally, physically, spiritually, and the rest of it, right? So imagine that if you were spinning completely out of control all day, every day, my sense is you'd burn out pretty darn quick. But what happens if one's spinning and the other is completely blocked? Or worse yet, in this metaphor, what happens if someone sticks a stick in one of our chakras and stops it from moving completely? This is the practice of how Kundalini Yoga can help you open and align and get your chakras all working together. When practicing Kundalini Yoga, it is believed that we awaken this energy that has been laying dormant. It rises through the chakras, the energy centers, along the spine, leading to spiritual enlightenment and self-realization. Kundalini dates back to ancient India and is based on the spiritual traditions and texts, particularly the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. In 1960, this teacher, Yogi Bhajan, brought Kundalini Yoga to the Western world, and he did this by combining some of the old traditions with some new teachings, making this accessible to a broader audience. There's a whole backdrop story and controversy connected to Yogi Bhajan I'm not going to get into today, but I do believe many teachers will say within their videos, as taught by Yogi Bhajan, really making it obvious that we have this man to thank for Kundalini Yoga being here and being taught to many. Some key components that stick out in Kundalini Yoga are kriyas. Kriyas truly are a series of movements that help open or align and balance one specific areas. In fact, you could do a whole kriya just based on the kidneys or on forgiveness and so on. Anasana is just what they use to describe certain poses that you do in Kundalini Yoga. And of course, we have the all-important pranayama. There's so much breath work and specific breath work patterns in Kundalini Yoga. And then lastly, chanting and mantras. After all, it is known as the noisy yoga, and this is why. I'm listing 5 benefits to Kundalini Yoga, but the truth is I could give you 100. The first one is increased energy, enhanced mental clarity, emotional balance, spiritual growth, and physical strength and flexibility. It can release stress, better cognitive function, greater body awareness, improve concentration, strengthen the nervous system, ding, 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 and mindfulness. There are so many others to mention. If you know of one, list it in a comment below. The connection between healing with the chakras and Kundalini. This is where I love this practice the most. You can identify that you're having an issue with one of your chakras. Simply go out to YouTube and type in Kundalini for the third chakra or Kundalini for intuition, and you will receive 1,000 different practices to do and the different kriyas. This is where you really get to utilize your understanding of the chakras and helping you heal in Kundalini. So don't forget, as part of this series, there are 2 other videos that should make this easier for you to understand. So don't forget to watch the other 2 as we continue to learn in today's video. As you start your own journey and exploration of Kundalini Yoga, you might Google Kundalini and start to see some warnings out there, some cautionary tales. And the only thing that I will say is there is a concern about maybe the Kundalini within you awakening too fast. It can be somewhat overwhelming to experience this energy if you've never experienced it before. So what we typically like to say to people is go slow and follow the process and take it at your own level. Don't try to keep up with the practitioners that are out there. It takes a while to develop your Kundalini practice. So you're probably wondering at this point, what's with all the white? So let's talk about it real quick. The white cap from Yogi Bhajan was to cover the head to contain your energy and stimulate your third eye. And the idea of wearing white was to control energy and also strengthen your aura. Last thing I would like to offer you today is resources, books. Find a favorite practitioner on YouTube and find and build your own community. Here's a couple books I would recommend. This last one here, White Bird in a Golden Cage. This was based on the whole Yogi Bhajan controversy. I felt like I needed to learn more, but these are great Kundalini Bibles, I will call them, and you'll love them. Next, I'm going to share my top picks for doing Kundalini Yoga on YouTube. Yoga Vision, this woman is all about helping you get certified. She's also a numerologist and has a beautiful community. Refill Yoga, I have featured them on my channel before, and they are great, a little more advanced and intermediate, I would say, but they do have a whole program that's centered around the chakras, which is perfectly in alignment with what we're talking about today. And right now I'm immersed in yoga gems. I have a crew that comes in on Wednesdays, the Kundalini Queens, and we have been practicing with yogi gems for over 2 years. Great if you are starting out. But again, find a practitioner that connects to you. I'm just sharing mine. Let's move on. Okay, I think you're totally ready to start your own beautiful Kundalini practice, but here are some practice guidelines. First one is find a teacher. Find a teacher that lines up with your heart. This is a person who will be taking this journey with you, so it's important that you feel connected to your practitioner. The second tip is to practice regularly. What does that mean? At least 2 to 3 times a week would be ideal as you're first starting this journey. And then the last tip, I'm going to say twice because it's so important. Start slow. Start slow. As Yogi Bhajan has always said, if you keep up, you will be kept up. What do you think? Did I open the door and entice you enough? I hope so. I hope that this is the beginning of you opening the door to explore your own practice. And I'll share some of my favorite practices here a good starting point for you. And the first thing is the hardest thing, which is just to head to your mat and try it for yourself. I promise you, it is a practice that takes time. I think it took me 2 years to learn actually how to breathe. So don't be overwhelmed by that. There is so much just to breath. The Kundalini, all about the spine, opening us up, working with our chakra system. This truly is a yoga practice and a modality that has absolutely changed my life for the better. I hope you will join me in that journey. This is Jeannie Lynch. Thanks for joining this 3-part mini-series. There's the other 2. Don't forget them. They all go together, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to have more mini-series on my channel, give me a thumbs up and tell me what's next for you, and I will do my best to follow through. All right. Love ya. Bye, guys. See you next video. Namaste.